Morning guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. I'm really spoiling you this week. This is the third video. After me and Chris went down to the auction and we had a bid on that Range Rover Classic, and I see the interest in it and I see the money that it went for, it's made me more eager to try and buy this car. I mean, I've been trying to buy it off the guy for quite some time now, and he's not really sure about whether he wants to sell it. And I did make him a little bit of a lowball offer, but after I see how much that other one made, I'm thinking about maybe upping the offer and trying to buy this Range Rover. This is a little bit different to the white one that was down the auction. This is actually quite a specialist classic Range Rover. This is actually the LSE soft dash. It's a very, very rare car, and it's definitely worth doing. When it was parked up, it had some rust issues in the boot floor, I believe, and a running issue. It's actually got an LPG conversion on it, and apparently it would only run on LPG, but you're not actually allowed to start an LPG converted car up on gas. It has to start up on fuel first. So what I've decided to do, I've had a bit of a chat with Chris. This has been sat here now for some years and he wants it out of the yard. You know, we're having a bit of a clear out. We need the room for other projects, and we're going to pull this car out today. We're going to blow the tyres up. We're going to give it a good wash and a bit of an assessment. We're going to go through it today and just write out what we think it's going to need to get it back on the road and get it back to its former glory. And then maybe make the guy a bit of a better offer and try and buy this for the channel, because I think it'll be an absolutely amazing restoration project for the channel on those quiet periods. You know, one day a week maybe. We'll do a real big long series on it, and one day a week we'll do a video on what we've done to the Range Rover and actually film it and upload it. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section after the video today of your thoughts on doing this. It's something that we really do want to do, but I hope you enjoyed today's video. We're going to pull it out, we're going to air up the tyres, we're going to give it a real good clean, and then like I say, we're going to go right through it and see exactly what it does need. It's a shame really guys, because I've just pulled this bonnet up and I wish that I'd have got Chris to lift it up while I was filming it. Sitting right there was a huge rat. We've got a cornfield just over the back here where they grow the corn on the cobs, and obviously this time of year they are around, and he has literally eaten his way through the bonnet carpet, the sound deadening pad, and he was sitting literally right there on the engine. Obviously where the sun's beating down on the bonnet, it's warm for him. So yeah, let's get on with this assessment, but hopefully he hasn't chewed his way into the car or chewed through any of the loom. Let's get involved. We're just about to start the process of pulling the car out, guys. As you can see, we've got Chris's truck hooked on it with a chain. I'm now going to flick you over to slow-mo. Well, it's not slow-mo, it's time-lapse, just while we're pulling it out. Otherwise, I'll just end up, the video will be way too long and I won't be able to upload it. So I'm going to flick you over to time-lapse. Unfortunately, there's not going to be any music in it because, as we know, my taste in the music for the time-lapse isn't brilliant. So I'll be back shortly. So as you can see, guys, that was pretty tough to get out. It was in park and the handbrake was on, and Chris definitely took a bit of tread off of his truck tyres there, pulling me there, and it was quite difficult to get in. It was very, very tight, so I had to climb up and slide in. So we're going to get some air in the tyres, get them pumped up, and try and get it pretty much over here where we're actually standing, so that we can go ahead, knock up some hot soapy water and give this a nice wash. So guys, what we're doing here at the moment, obviously you can see the time lapse. Chris is actually trying to do away with the, well, just bypass the onboard compressor. He's basically going to stick in one of these T's, and we're going to use our airline to blow up the suspension because it's quite low to the floor, and we do want to get right in there and give it a proper clean. Sorry guys, so we're back off the tripod for a minute. I thought we'd have a little quick walk around. Chris has managed to jack up the front of it. We was going to go ahead and do all four corners, but unfortunately these little valves here that he's made up to connect to the, as you can see, the airline and straight on the suspension, we've only actually got two of these valves, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to jack it up, but it's not going to affect what we're doing today anyway. I thought I'd give you a good walk around it before we actually get involved and give it a good clean. And as you can see, it's quite poor. So yeah, it's been sat here. Chris, how long's this been sat here? 7 years, guys, this has been sat here. Very, very nice car though, Vogue LSE. So this is a very, very nice model. I don't know too much about it, I'm not going to lie. Chris knows a lot more than me, and the owner does obviously, but you can see by these larger bumpers, I believe it's long wheelbase, so it's quite a bit bigger. I could be wrong guys, don't quote me on that. Chris has just gone in, otherwise I would have asked him. And it is the soft dash with all leather, it's got all heated seats. It really has got a lot of stuff on it that the other models don't have. I'm sure that's not original. 4.2 petrol with a gas conversion. Let's get involved now, soap it all up, get this cleaned, and then we'll go round and do a real assessment of it. But just jacking up this one corner, Chris bent straight down underneath and said it's absolutely rotten as a pair under here. All of the brake lines are rotten, they're all gone, all the brake hoses are gone. You know, I mean 7 years of sitting here plus how old it is anyway, it's not done it any justice whatsoever. It even looked like the tyres were brand new before it was parked here. Unfortunately they have gone flat over time, and they will need replacing because obviously they're all perished now where they've been sat here. But I'm going to chuck you on time lapse and we're going to get on and give this a right good clean. What a difference. I mean, the way it's come up. We've just, sorry, I did time lapse it, but I didn't want to time lapse it for too long. Even though it speeds it up, I didn't want you sitting there watching it for half an hour while me and Chris give it a shower. And also Chris give me a bit of a shower as well with the jet wash there. I was round the back and he didn't see me, but guys, as you can see, it is really not as bad as what it looked, considering it was sat here for 7 years. All of these panels are really, really straight. The doors haven't got any rot on them. The wings haven't got any rot. The quarter panel, the arches. I'm just going to ask Chris because I don't actually know. Are these aluminium panels? Yes. Oh, they're aluminium, so they're not going to go rusty anyway. And about the LSE, I was right earlier, Chris. So I was going on earlier about the LSE. What does that mean on these Range Rovers?
These are longer than the standard wheelbase classic, and they're basically longer through the back door.
Oh, so that back door's longer, yeah. And it gives more foot room in the back. Oh, a lot more leg room. As you can see, there's ample room in there. The car, I really, really do like the car. It's got the usual problem of the roof lining's absolutely all hanging down and it's ruined, but the leather interior looks absolutely lovely on it. I'm going to walk around and show you the rest of the car where we've cleaned it, and then me and Chris are going to walk around and do a bit of an appraisal on what we think it needs. But the tailgate you saw on that one that we looked at down the auction, it was all rusty, and this tailgate, we're not sure why. Maybe it's had a new one, but it's in beautiful condition. There's no rot on it whatsoever. That's a part of the gas conversion in there, and that looks very, very outdated and old. So that's definitely can't be used. On the actual tailgate itself, you can see it has got a couple of rust marks and it's quite rotten up here. I should think once you chase that back, it's going to be quite high. So it is going to need a new one of them. Again, at the bottom, it's all going home. So round to this side, you can see now it's started to dry. The lacquer is gone completely on the whole car. The car is going to need a full respray. But all in all, because it's aluminium, it's kept very, very nicely. The panels, there's no oxidization or rot on them. And as you can see in the front passenger side, it's all quite really nice and very, very modern for its time, with twin airbags and heated electric seats. It's got all the toys on it. Again, this front corner, all very nice, but as you can see now, it's started to dry. The lacquer and the paint is completely gone, and obviously we've got quite a bit of moisture in there. I believe the tyres actually look like new, but they have been sat here for 7 years in that hole there behind the car. So the tyres are quite perished. It is going to need 4 new ones. Chris said about this grille, it's not actually the original one for the car, and it shouldn't. We don't think so. It shouldn't really have those spotlights in the middle, but overall, the outside of it, very, very nice. Wants all painting, obviously. And yeah, that is it for the outside of it. We're going to walk around now and do a bit of an appraisal, and Chris is going to speak and let me know what he's noticed while we've been jacking it up, putting air in the system, all that sort of stuff. So Chris, starting on this corner, what did we discover once we lifted up the car?
Quite obvious signs of corrosion.
Yeah, I think I showed that earlier in the video.
Footwell, where it meets the inner wing. All the brake lines are very corroded. Brake hoses are perished. Obviously, discs and pads, etc., etc., is quite self-explanatory. They've been standing for 7 years and they're very rusty. Surprisingly, the air suspension is staying up.
Yeah, that is quite surprising.
Without closer inspection, we wouldn't know if the airbags are perished or not. So that's all for that corner.
And anything goes wrong in here normally on these? Sorry guys, I probably should mention, Chris used to tinker around with these. He really does love them, and he has actually broke a few over the years for spare parts, obviously buying them in for parts through South and selling off the excess stuff that he doesn't need. So he does kind of know them inside out. Do we get any problems behind this?
Bottom of the B post along the inner seal.
Oh yeah, I can see there's a bit coming through there. Well, it's actually had a repair, Chris, that one. There's a few rivets in there, if you can see.
It is, yeah.
So, and this was the other one that you said to me, this is where they really do go.
On the wheel arch.
And on the wheel arch there, you can see it's rotted all the way through. And we have just already walked around the back, so we won't walk round the back again. And we showed the tailgate. Is it inside there originally why this car come here, because it had an issue with rot in the boot floor?
Well, we've not uncovered anything in the back there.
No, should we pause and uncover that and have a little look?
But I believe it may be the corrosion in the floor pan.
Right, okay.
Because I vaguely remember the owner telling me there's no LSE floor pan available, and the only way around it is to make it out of 2 standard.
Oh right, okay.
So I would imagine that the corrosion is
it's
in
the black
there.
floor pans.
Yeah.
We'll have a quick walk round to the passenger side. And again, we'll just check the bottom of the B post. And that one actually looks okay. There's no repairs been done on that. I mean, until you really took the side skirts off.
Yeah, and the trim out.
And the trim out, we're never going to really know to what extent it's going to need doing. But again, on this one, same as the other side, it is rotted all the way through. I could probably push my finger right through that. So yeah, that is pretty much the appraisal. Obviously it's going to need new brakes, discs, calipers, everything underneath is going to need replacing.
Bushes,
yeah, suspension, bushes,
joints,
all the rubbers. It's been sat here for 7 years. They're going to be rotten. And then obviously under here it is going to need some work. You got the little rat's house there. We really want to get that out, but I'm not putting my hand in there for nothing, so that's going to have to wait. Yeah guys, let me know what you think of this video. I really do want to try and buy this car. Now we've cleaned it up, we can assess a bit more of how much this is going to cost to restore. Do we do a full restoration on it? Do we do a part restoration? So yeah, let me know what you think, and if you do enjoy it, please do give it a thumbs up, and then I'll be tempted to do some more videos on it and try that a little bit harder to make a better offer to buy the car. Yeah, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, please like, subscribe, share, and let me know what you think of it. I'll see you in the next one.